Alright, today we talked about scatter plots, so we're going to define them, we will construct them, and we'll also talk about the correlation of a scatter plot. So scatter plots, these are when a graph that will show the relationship between a data set with two variables. So that's important. We're now going to look at two variables instead of one, and we graph them as ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. Bivariate data, this is when you have data for two variables. So here's an example. We have ice cream sales versus the temperature on that day. This is an example of what a scatter plot will look like. You will graph each point that's been given to you as an ordered pair, and then we'll look at what's going on with the data. So here you're going to construct a scatter plot with the given data. The first thing you're going to want to do is label it. This is our x-axis here, and we're going to go by 1, so I'm going to go every other one. And I think that's high enough. Well, we'll go up to 12 just in case. Our other axis is our y-axis, and again I'll go by 2s. So we graph the first one over 1 up 5, over 2 up 6, over 3 up 4, over 4 up 3, over 5 up 7, over 6 up 10, over 7 up 15, and we're off the graph, so over 8 up 20 will be off the graph as well. So here's an example of just how to construct a scatter plot. Correlation describes the relationship between the two variables. Positive correlation is when one value increases, the other value increases, and it will look like that on a graph. Negative correlation, one decreases as the other decreases, and it will look something like this. Negative correlation is when there is no relationship between the data, so you'll have scatter plot that might look like this, and you can't determine if it's positive or negative. So here, describe the correlation because it's generally going in a positive direction. We say it has a positive correlation. This one, because we really can't tell, it's pretty scattered, we say that there is no correlation. And our last one, we can see that it is generally going down, so it has a negative correlation. This has a pretty strong correlation. There are times when it will still be negative and it won't be this strong. So example 3 that says the table shows the number of calories burned when walking on a treadmill. The minutes are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and the calories burned are listed. So on our next slide we're going to graph them. So minutes will be across the bottom, and I'll go by tens. Calories will be on the side, calories burned. And I will go ahead and graph them. The first one over 10 up 30, the second one over 20 up 30, and so on. So this is what our graph looks like here. So you can see that I went by 20s going up and by 10s across the bottom. But when you look at this, you can see that we have a positive correlation. So I think that's going to help us with our next one. It says, using the scatter plot, describe the correlation. So we would say it has positive correlation. And what does this say about the data? It says that as you compare the calories and the minutes, that the more time you exercise, the more calories you'll burn. So when it asks you to, it might ask you to interpret or describe it. That's what it's looking for. So describe it, interpret it. You'll be asking you to make some relationship between the data or describe that relationship between the data. So hopefully this will help. Your homework is on 7-2 and it's the scatter plots worksheet. Good luck.